Okay guys, today we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. It's a very basic concept really, it's all in the zeros. So first I want to attract your attention to whenever you multiply something by 10, like 5 times 10 equals 50. Now what are we really doing here? What we're really doing is multiplying 5 times 1, which equals 5, and we're carrying the 0 from the 10 over. See how that makes 50? This is how you multiply with multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. So let's take a look here at something else, like 10 times 30. Now what we do here first is multiply 1 times 3. This equals 3, and now we carry all the zeros over. So we carry the 0 from the 10, and we carry the 0 from the 3. So 10 times 30 equals 300. See, it's a very basic way that you can do this. Now let's look at another example. Let's look at 4 times 2000. It looks like a very big, very complicated number, but in reality it's just the same as all the other numbers. First you're going to want to do 4 times 2, and that equals 8. And now you're going to want to carry all the zeros and place them down into the 8. So that would be all 3 of the zeros from the 2000. Like so. And it's going to make 8,000. It's a very basic, very simple concept. It's not hard at all. The same thing goes for dividing. Instead of adding zeros, you're going to be subtracting zeros. So let's use 40 divided by 20. So what you're going to do first is you're going to divide 4 by 2, which that is going to equal 2. And now what you're going to want to do is take the zeros from the second number and subtract zeros from the first number. So now you're going to want to take that 0 off the 20 and also take it off on the 40. So now there's no more zeros to carry over. So this means that 40 divided by 20 equals 2. Let's look at a more complicated number here. Let's say 500 divided by 50. Now first, you're going to take 5 divided by 5. We all know that equals 1. And now, the second part is to take a 0 from the second number, 50, and take a 0 away from the 500. Now you'll see that there's 1 0 left over that we're going to drop back into the number that we have down here. So this tells us that 500 divided by 50 equals 10. It's a very, very simple concept. So now that you know this, let's do a few practice questions. Try and solve 50 times 10. Did you figure it out? Let's go over it real quick. So what you're going to want to do is do 5 times 1 equals 5, and then you're going to carry the 2 zeros. So 5 times 10 equals 500. Alright, let's try another one. Try 70 times 40. This one's a little more challenging, but I know you guys can do it. Have you guys figured it out? Let's see. So first you're going to want to do 7 times 4, and that equals 28. Now you're going to have to carry the zeros down, like we went over. So 70 times 40 equals 2,800. Let's do a couple division ones. Let's start with the basic one. Let's start with 150 divided by 10. You guys get the answer? We're going to start with 15 divided by 1. And that's going to equal 15. Now we're going to take all the zeros away from the second number, which is only 1, and we're going to do the same to the first number. So since there was only one number taken away from the second number, we're only going to take away 1 from the first number. There are no more zeros that we can use to put into the bottom number. So 150 divided by 10 equals 15. Let's try one more division one. Let's try 1,200, so that's 1,200, divided by 100. This one's a little tricky one. First, you have to know that you're going to divide everything that isn't a 0. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 12 divided by 1, which equals 12. We did 12 divided by 1 because the 1 and the 2 in the 1,200 are not zeros, just like the 1 in the 100 isn't a 0. So we're doing 12 divided by 1. Now we're taking all the zeros out of the second number. And since we took out 2 zeros in the second number, we're also going to take out 2 zeros in the first number. There are no more zeros to put back into the second number on the bottom. So 1,200 divided by 100 equals 12. And that's really all there is to it. Thank you very much for watching this.